As the New York Jets continue to make noise in the NFL, one thing is clear. They need to bolster their offensive and defensive lines. But how can they make the necessary moves when facing significant cap constraints, especially with star players like Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams on the payroll? Let's break down how the Jets can address these challenges, all while making strategic moves that could bring them closer to championship contention. But before we get into it, if you're a die-hard Jets fan, make sure you're subscribed to Jetstream News. We're your go-to source for daily engaging content on all things. Help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers this offseason by hitting that subscribe button now. The first question that comes to mind is, who can the Jets add to strengthen their line? There are two names on the radar that could make a significant impact in both the short and long term. Milton Williams, a standout defensive tackle for the Eagles, and Will Freeze, a solid guard from the Colts. Milton Williams, though not a household name yet, has been consistently graded well for his power and quickness on the inside. With the Jets needing more depth in their defensive front, Williams would bring the kind of grit and energy needed to disrupt opposing offenses. A strong pass rusher and someone who can collapse the pocket, he could elevate the Jets' defensive unit to new heights. Then there's Will Freeze, an interior offensive lineman with the Colts who is known for his strong blocking in both run and pass protection. The Jets have been searching for consistency along their offensive line, and adding a player like Freeze could provide just that. Whether it's protecting their quarterback or creating running lanes, Freeze would immediately upgrade a position of need for the Jets. But here's the catch. With big names like Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams taking up major cap space, the Jets are faced with a tricky balancing act. While both players have been tremendous assets to the team, the question is, how much room do the Jets have left to improve? The solution may not be simple, but it's possible. The Jets could explore restructuring contracts, making trades, or even releasing players who no longer fit the team's plans. With some creative cap management, New York could create the necessary space to land key players like Williams and Freeze, while still keeping Rodgers and Adams in the fold. This is where it gets tough. With the team on the brink of something special, can they afford to wait another season for a stronger lineup? The Jets' defense was solid last year, but adding someone like Williams would make a huge difference, potentially pushing them from good to elite. Meanwhile, the offensive line has been a point of frustration for years. Adding a player like Freeze could solidify that side of the ball and make it easier for Rodgers to lead the offense. It all comes down to one thing: smart moves. The Jets will need to prioritize which positions need the most immediate help and where they can afford to take a calculated risk. Maybe a short-term deal for a veteran or going after young players who can make an immediate impact is the solution. By finding ways to manipulate the cap space creatively, the Jets could bring in key pieces without sacrificing the future. The key is building a roster that blends veteran leadership with youthful energy, all while staying within their financial limits. As the offseason moves forward, one thing's for sure: these decisions will shape the future of the New York Jets. Can they find the right balance? Will they make the moves that could push them over the top? Jets fans, stay tuned. The next few months could determine the future of this franchise for years to come. Go Jets!